yet again. I was just looking, and it looks like it's been about a year since I last posted. Yeah, streaming the last year or two has been kind of a challenge. I have been streaming a little bit more, but not as much as I should be. So I plan on increasing how much I'm streaming, and I plan on making regular videos as well. I don't know how regular, but preferable. I would like to do one a week, but I don't know how doable that really is. So since it's been about a year, there has been a lot that has changed. So I should probably go over what has changed and what the future plans are. Updated version of the moss farm. The old moss farms just kept breaking. They weren't working properly, so I found a new design that works way better. And of course, have to have the pale moss as well. But pretty much everything is done now in the designing of what I've been trying to do. I've reached all the goals. The only thing that's left is just a few little things, not that big of a deal. And all those things I can get done working on as I go. But everything pretty much is done. It's just a few little things here and there. But I thought I'd give you guys a bit of an update. I'm not sure if last time I posted if I had the skyscraper. If I did, I definitely didn't have all the details in here with all the levels. So there's the lobby. The final version of this has actually been updated since I posted this in this world. But there's all the levels. This will be the trading hall is what the skyscraper is. And then at the top, there's the penthouse. But yeah, everything is done, designed. I'm very happy with it. I mean, obviously, like the interior of all this still needs done. You know, armor stands. For some reason, when I pasted it in this world with Lightmatica, these armor stands face the wrong way. They should be facing like towards you. Anyways, that's all details that will be done later. But for the most part, everything's done. This is like a secret level where, because this is the trading hall, the goal obviously is to gain trade items for 4 items, and also to try to get as many emeralds as you can. So as you get all the emeralds, well, this is where you put all the emeralds. Anyways, all that ties into the lore. We'll get to that in later videos. But then up at the top, there's like the first floor here is the secret way to get into that level down there. And then there's like storage area, and there's more levels to this, but because I started this world originally before the world height was changed, I started building at a different level, and I literally have to copy everything and move it down like 64 blocks in order to fit the full skyscraper here. So there's another like 3 levels, I think, on top of this. I think it'll probably go about this high-ish or so. Maybe a little higher. I don't know. I've added auto crafting to it. This area here originally was for iron farms, but I realized I don't need that many iron farms. So I switched, because I did have both those buildings filled with these kind of iron farms. So I realized I really only need one of these, and I get way more than enough iron than I'll ever need. So instead I decided to use this space as auto crafting. So I auto have all the items that I need to be auto-crafted are being auto-crafted. What I plan on doing is actually making videos on each system as I build them in the survival world. This is going to be the arcade, and I built the first game in here where you basically, it chooses a random number and you have to guess that random number. Anyways, if you watch the streams, you'll probably know about that. As far as the redstone inner workings, you guys, last time I posted, I think was like this and this counter here. I had this calculator here as well. All this orange right here is a calculator. I removed some of this because it just wasn't necessary. What I need the system to do is only add and divide. So, but over here, I actually added in the entire calculator, which does the addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. And then, of course, the value comparator. because it needs to know whether a number is bigger or smaller than another number. So, but I'll explain all that as I actually build it. I'll explain how it actually works and all that. But what is new is that I have added all of this over here. And this is what I was always referring to as the AI system. It's not technically AI, as we all know, not by the strictest definition. But I'm calling it that because it's probably about the closest that you can get in Redstone Minecraft. This is how the farms interact with the system and vice versa. Like these lines here is how the system sends signals up and then into the world, and then each one of the farms has receivers, and it will receive the signal and then push an output of whatever it is asking it to do or telling it to do. And then the farm responds by sending a signal into this part here, and then that signal goes down these wall lines here. So this is a fast way to instantaneously get signals down, and this is a fast, almost instantaneous way to get redstone signal up. But then I've also added the personality module, which is all this light blue right here, and that interacts by using the manual system, which is this whole line bit right there. So you use all of these buttons that you use to make the program, all the programs with, like programming into the shulker shells or into the written instructions, and you use these buttons over here. Like you can ask WIMS, you can say hello WIMS, you can ask it how are you today, and then there's certain tasks that you can have it do. Can you tell me a story? I have not actually built that system yet. I thought that would be a good video to show like the process of how I design Redstone and come up with stuff. And so that'll be a future video that I should put like coming soon on it, actually. Coming soon. All right. But, and what's really cool is that you can have the system running a program and you can still be talking to WIMS separately from all of that. I don't know if I went over this part in the last video or not, but the original monitor that I had, which I think in the last update, one of the last updates, it actually would have broken the monitor anyways. It wouldn't work the same way. So I'm kind of glad I switched to a more simple system, but the old one was just so complex and caused so much lag. Like in this area right here, I'd be like jumping and stuttering and stuff because it was causing so much lag. So I went with a much more simple monitor system, the old school, just using 4 lamps to make 1 pixel. I also gave WIMS a face. So it has a face that will smile every once in a while, and every once in a while it'll blink. That's pretty cool. I should make a whole video just on how I made the face, because it's not just that face, which is pretty crazy. So if I do, I'll have to speed this up. 11 there. So now, so like I said, this is the personality module. So you can actually have a conversation with this system, and it will give you different information. It'll do certain tasks for you. But I thought it'd be fun if it wasn't just something that you talked to, interacted with like a computer, and instead was something that acted more like a person. So I decided to give it 5 different moods. So it's either happy, normal, so-so, sad, or angry. So, and the face actually reflects its mood. And so that's what makes the face so entertaining to me. But like I said, I should make a whole video just on how I made the face do what it does, because I think it's great. I absolutely love it. I'm very happy with it. It's like I said, it's not a perfect face, but man, it's so cool. And the fact that you can have a conversation with this thing, and that it has 5 different moods, and the 5 different moods depends on what it will and will not do. Once you get into the sad and the angry moods, then it gives you a whole bunch of hassle, and will actually want you to do a favor for it. And that's what all of this here determines, because like it keeps track of certain things like did you feed the homeless, or did you give money to the homeless, did you support the hospital, did you support the police, fire, that sort of stuff. There's 9 different tasks here that it will ask you to do, but it's all based on, these are 9 things that you need to do anyways, but if you don't do it every day, it ticks by, and like this here is 10, so there's 1 item here. So after 10 days, then it will be mad at you, and it'll reduce its mood based on different factors, and or it will increase its mood by different factors. I love it though. This is a fun system to make. I had a lot of fun making this, but I'll go over all these details and all the tasks that it will do for you and that you have to do for it. But let's see, what else did I make? So I reduced this down a bit here. This is the IDD, I guess, but it's a item dump and dispense. So basically all the farms that produce items that don't go to other farms, those items will come down here and then will go into the system to then go up to the top to be sorted. I did have 6 rows of these, 6 rows by 11, and I reduced it down to 3 rows of 10, or 2 rows of 10, 1 row of 11. And so that, I think that looks a lot better now, because now it's all like encapsulated in one room. I put this in here, which I'll probably change this design here. This is just for like, because there's only so many modules up top. I could sort out every single item in the entire game, but it would be kind of difficult to do. Like I wanted to have extra modules that were free just for future proofing. So there's certain items that just aren't necessary, like you don't need all the fences, or actually I think I have all the fences. I don't have any of the doors or the trap doors in there. So any of those will come down to the rejected items. So I kind of added this in there, but I'm probably going to change the design of this. So this is like extra storage just for the items that aren't very common, that I don't actually need a full module that has 15 stacks, or that has 15 double chests of storage. So, I'm not sure exactly when, but in the near future, they're planning on releasing the copper golems, which will actually take items out of a chest and then sort them out into other chests. And so since this is double layer, I don't know what the limitations are of those things. So I got to wait till they really come out and I get all the details on how they work and how they operate. Because I don't know if they'll actually take items out of like this chest here and put them all the way over here into this chest, So I don't know how all that works, but I'm hoping it works out so that I can have like 10 of these little minion things running around sorting items for me, I think that would be really cool. Things that I did outside of this, but still for this world, that I haven't actually done yet, is I have planned out where every item that I first I had to find every item that I wanted to have sorted, and then I found I had to group them together, and then I found each module that I like where each item will go in each one of these modules. So I have all that mapped out now. It's just a matter of actually setting it up in here. I also, depending on what the system's doing, I have status. So not only will there be status stuff down below, but up top I will be able to know what's going on, what's happening. So like blue is normal, but if the manual system was running, then it would turn all these beacons green. If the AI system is running, then it will turn them orange. And obviously, if there's a fault in the troubleshooting, and if the troubleshooting system is running, then it will be all red. And that does it on all 4 corners here. I've also added all these skyways. I don't think I've showed this at all. Like, there's obviously more details that have to go into all this, but I've added these skyways that I'll be able to take to go to every single farm. That way I don't have to be down at street level, potentially messing up like chest carts that are doing their job or whatever. I just like the idea of having these walkways. But yeah, I really like these sky walkways here. I think these will be pretty handy when I actually get the survival world built. Down here on each corner, there's these little like nooks, I guess. These will be food shops. So I'll have like vendors in there, and they'll be selling whatever, and then I'll have to use emeralds and toss emeralds in there, and then pay them for whatever it is, whatever food item I want. So if I need more golden carrots, then I'll go to the golden carrot shop and get more golden carrots. So I think that's it for the update here in the creative world where I've been designing everything. Let's switch over to the survivor world. So updates for the survivor world are basically the pit is done. I filled it all with water and it's ready to go. And I've begun building. So this is like the control center here. I'm using Lightmatica, so these blocks aren't actually here, but there will need to be purple wool here, and there will need to be redstone there. But I've realized that this is going to require a whole bunch of quartz. So I have decided to work on collecting all of the materials that I need rather than just building on here, because I really don't have a whole lot of quartz, and quartz is actually pretty hard to find. So I'm working on increasing my villagers over there that I can trade emeralds for quartz with. So most of this is Lightmatica, except for what I'm walking on basically. This is why it's such a great tool, because I can see where everything's going to be. So this will be street level here. This is where the skyscraper will be. So now I can actually show you like up top here. If I fly all the way up to the top, I can do a quick fly through of like what the top levels will look like. So this is like the very, very top layer of the penthouse. And then as you come down, there's like all armor and tools selection. There's like a living room area and bedroom area over here. Right here, there's bathroom, and then this is where like the daily storage will come in. Anyways, there's like dining and kitchen area, another like entertainment area. This is the storage area that you saw earlier, and then this is like the secret entrance way that takes you down to the emerald storage, and then you've pretty much seen everything else there. Yeah, but it's really cool because then you can get everything mapped out and you can see where everything is going to be. So like these will be the docks here. This will be where the brewing station will be. So you can see where it all end up getting mapped out. I think I'll have to take off a little bit more, maybe not, because I think it'll blend in pretty well from the streets to what's up here. So up here will be like where the living quarters for the whole city will be. And like this is marking where the level that this flying machine here will end up going over that has all the daily reports for me. So daily reports will go up top here to the penthouse, and after 5 minutes it'll drop down here. And if I haven't collected them, then it'll go into that flying machine and then take it over to my apartment over here. And there will be like kind of another mini city kind of deal over here, but it's all nothing but living quarters. Then this is like the city where everyone works. So that's kind of a little bit more into the lore of the city and what the build will be. So yeah, I'm excited because I've begun the actual build of this. I just need to learn how to use Lightmatica a little better. But yeah, it's a work in progress. All right, so I just wanted to give a little update on where everything's at in the world and let you know that I plan on streaming more. I plan on doing at least every Wednesday and Thursday nights, afternoon or whatever, and possibly Fridays or Saturdays every now and again. But I definitely want to start with just 2 days a week and get back into the habit of things and posting more videos. So just want to give a quick update on where everything's at with the world and what to expect in the future. So yeah, keep an eye on the streams, keep an eye on the videos, and See ya.